It is time for the Fox 13 11 o'clock news.
You're watching Fox 13, and the 11 o'clock news starts now.
Our headliner this year for the Friday night concert is Idina Menzel.
A Disney star is taking a stand for the gay community by participating in St. Pete Pride. The message Idina Menzel is hoping to send to Florida's governor.
First, it was the NAACP, now the Human Rights Campaign, issuing a travel advisory for Florida, the warning that civil rights group has for the LGBTQ plus community.
This is really a door opener for many of our organizations, as well as for those organizations that are providing housing for our vets.
And supporting our veterans, how you can help former service members get the most basic necessities. Good evening, and thanks for staying up with us at 11. I'm Haley Hines.
And I'm Chris Cato. Starting here at 11 with this, we now know who's going to be headlining the St. Pete Pride celebration that kicks off next week. Broadway and Disney star Idina Menzel getting top billing. That announcement today put to rest any speculation that Pride's organizers would scale back or even cancel the event following a series of new laws in Florida impacting the LGBTQ plus community. As Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer tells us, St. Pete Pride is usually among the biggest Pride celebrations in the country, and organizers say this year will be no different.
The owner of an Orlando restaurant is suing the state over the new law banning children at drag shows. The shows are a staple at Hamburger Mary's, and as Fox's Patrick Perez reports, the restaurant's owner says the new law is already proving bad for business. And tonight, another civil rights organization issued a travel advisory for Florida, warning new laws pose risks to gay travelers. The Human Rights Campaign, which is the largest LGBTQ rights organization in the U.S., is joining Equality Florida in issuing the advisory after what it called the state's most anti-LGBTQ legislative session in history. New laws target drag shows and gender-affirming care for minors. The HRC says this is not a call for a boycott. The governor's spokesperson said this type of advisory is nothing more than a stunt and that Florida is seeing record-breaking tourism.
Well, is this the eve of the big announcement? Tomorrow, Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce that he's running for president. Tonight, we're looking ahead to what many say will be an unconventional Republican primary battle between the governor and another Florida resident, former President Donald Trump. Fox 13's Jordan Bowen spoke with a political science professor this evening. So, Jordan, what can we expect tomorrow and beyond?
Well, Chris, we know social media will play a huge role in all of this. DeSantis is expected to make his announcement with Elon Musk on Twitter tomorrow. The most recent poll by Harris between just Trump and DeSantis has Trump beating DeSantis by 30 points, with DeSantis at 35% and Trump at 65%. As for DeSantis, once again, he's expected to make that announcement on Twitter tomorrow with Elon Musk, and reportedly that is planned for sometime around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Chris?
Yeah, and for people wondering how that might work, it's supposed to be a live chat on Twitter's live platform. It's an audio chat with Elon Musk, and he's got 140 million followers, so certainly a platform for Governor DeSantis there when he makes that announcement. Thanks, Jordan. And for the latest on the 2024 race for the White House and Governor DeSantis' potential bid for it, you can go to our website, fox13news.com.
New tonight, street racing is being blamed for a deadly crash in Hillsborough County, and now troopers need your help finding the second car involved. Investigators say a car was trying to make a left turn when it entered the path of a Dodge Charger racing another car on US 41 and South 16th Avenue today. The car making the turn collided with the Charger, split in half while the Charger sideswiped a semi and burst into flames. One person was found dead at the scene. A fourth car was able to avoid the crash, and now investigators want to talk to that driver. If you were behind the wheel and witnessed the crash, please call Florida Highway Patrol. An Apollo Beach man is in custody in connection to a deadly shooting at a Wawa in Riverview. Deputies say 18-year-old Tyler Harnage was with his attorney when he turned himself into Orient Road Jail today. He is accused of shooting a man at the convenience store on U.S. Highway 301 and Gibsonton Drive 2 weeks ago. That man died at the hospital.
The driver who killed this 4-year-old girl outside a preschool in DeSoto County last year took a plea deal today. The family of Melina Valdez called on the judge to impose a harsh sentence. Investigators say last March, Kiara Morant's SUV slammed into the playground outside the Imagination Station in Arcadia, killing little Melina and injuring a 5-year-old. Morant, who was 18 at the time, did not have a valid driver's license. In court today, she apologized to the Valdez family. A judge then sentenced her to 10 years in prison with time served. A hospital in Sarasota is hoping to protect the lives of those who protect us. Cancer is the leading cause of death for firefighters in the U.S. Studies show that it may be linked to the carcinogens and hazardous chemicals that those firefighters come into contact with on the job. Well, Sarasota Memorial Hospital's Cancer Institute is now working with fire departments in Sarasota and Manatee counties to educate personnel on unseen dangers and to encourage early cancer screenings. Longboat Key Fire Rescue has several safeguards in place already so that toxins aren't spread throughout the firehouse after personnel respond to calls.
We knew it was a dangerous job. What we didn't know was that over a period of years, the cumulative effect, what it would cause on our bodies.
Now, part of the education component is a focus on eating better and lessening stress. And if a firefighter is diagnosed with cancer, oncologists with Sarasota Memorial will help them navigate the future and help their families. Well, still to come here at 11, you know, Uber rides can be unnerving even for adults.
And now teens as young as 13 can soon ride solo.
13 is really young.
It's really dangerous.
Child safety advocates are concerned the new rule will allow predators to target children. Why the company says the new feature is actually protecting minors. Tonight at 11:30.
And supporting veterans, the clothing drive here locally that helps them get back on their feet. We'll tell you how it works and how you can help. And Paul, a little cooler tonight out there, at least in Tampa, after some rain moved through.
Yeah, I tell you, and the thing is, it's quiet tonight, but already the models are right on board with another round of showers and thunder showers developing tomorrow afternoon. We're going to spell that out coming up in a few minutes. Don't go away.
New tonight at 11, they put their lives on hold to fight for our freedom. And now the Bay Area community is rallying around our veterans to make sure they have a few less worries when they return home. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay is collecting clothing to give to them. As Fox 13's Janae Lewis reports, it is much needed in our community. Veterans needing support can call 1-844-MY-FL-VET. The clothing drive is this Friday at the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, and if you would like to donate, they need gently used clothing, blankets, and toiletries.
And now, Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado with your Sky Tower radar forecast.
Rain just about done. There's still some rain inland as it continues to be wet along the East Coast. We'll show you some camera views from the East Coast in a sec. 74 degrees. All these numbers around Tampa Bay have been rain-cooled and rainy season, I guess, just about here. Tomorrow, rainy season-like, and rainy on Thursday, probably drying up for the weekend, but certainly rolling into the rainy season, no doubt about that. 73 degrees on the Brookdale Bayshore cam. Big storms inland continue to weaken. A lot of dynamics in the atmosphere. Got some land sea breeze boundaries, outflow boundaries, a little upper-level trough over us. You add all that together, and it kind of screams wet weather next couple of days, no doubt about that. Again, more rain, you can kind of see it on the camera lens. This is over in Port Canaveral, 75 degrees, kind of a blurry look just under the 75, indicating some light rain. Continues on the East Coast. They'll have more storms tomorrow. Rainfall distribution, and again, not everybody had rain today, but when you look at our entire viewing area, more did than did not. I mean, there's a lot of population here along the coast of Manatee, Sarasota, really not much. And then a big chunk of Pinellas was dry, but northeastern Hillsborough, a lot of population here. Had over 2 inches of rain. Heavy rain, Manatee, Sarasota counties, wet again in Polk County. So this drought improvement, which has been, extreme along the immediate west coast, but not nearly enough to end the drought. But that's going to happen. I mean, we're at the beginning of what's a 4.5, 5-month rainy season. This is literally the top of the first inning, and the first batter has come to the plate. This is where we are on our rainy season. We've got a long way to go. Live Sky Tower has Thunderstorm way out there in eastern Polk County, dying down. Light rain in Highlands County. That's ending around Tampa Bay. A couple little showers trying to move back to the east. Some of these could bump on shore next hour or two. Inland Lake Wales, storms are heading east of you. That pesky little cell should be diminishing next half hour to 45 minutes. Rain in Highlands, rain near Arcadia. That's in the process of diminishing. Nothing of note in Manatee and Sarasota counties. Our northern counties are generally dry. So as you can tell, got a front north of us, little upper level trough in place. Daytime heating tomorrow, and it will cloud up quickly during the day with the instability around and those clouds yielding showers and thunder showers during the day. We hit the mid-80s today, then clouds build, and then it started raining. Went from 85 at 6 to 74 degrees at 11 o'clock. And all these numbers right now, at least most of them, all rain cooled, holding in the low to mid 70s. In fact, Brooksville is down to 70. Lakeland's down to 70. Tampa 74. The dew points are up there, 60s and low 70s. The summer soup is well entrenched over the state. No doubt about that. Showers, thunder showers diminishing. Nice day in the east. Severe weather approaching Dallas tonight from the west. In fact, severe thunderstorm watch just up west of Dallas. 70 Chicago, 65 Detroit, 63 Buffalo, 58 degrees in New York. Again, storms are done tonight. Partly cloudy skies in the morning tomorrow. Storms will build, some heavy. They'll diminish tomorrow night. And guess what? We'll do it all over again on Thursday. This, looks like a July pattern. It's certainly above average rainfall from mid to late May. No doubt about that. Temperature tracker tomorrow, a little bit on the cooler side. Low to mid 80s coming up on Thursday. Rainfall potential next 7 days. Yeah, pretty juicy. This is above average rainfall next 7 days. Some areas well over 4 to 5 inches. Coming up for tonight, any shower storms ending, and they're about done now. 73, they're back, and they're back in a big way tomorrow. 86, and they're back again on Thursday, back in the mid 80s. 7-day forecast. 70%. Yeah, it's huge. This time of year, we'll start drying up over the weekend as temps stay in the 80s. Scott.
All righty, thank you, Paul. The Rays didn't give up their 20th run of the season until game number 11 this year. So what happened tonight when they surrendered 20 runs in a single game? A recap from the Trop on the other side. And we'll stick on the diamond as we jump into conference tournament play for USF. A wild finish and a major upset. Check in with the big night for the Bulls on the diamond next in sports. Everyone wants to know what the 2023 Buccaneers are going to be. The first OTA practice, it's probably a hard judge. 10 players not in attendance for today's voluntary practice. Guys like Mike Evans, Levante David, Devin White, they were not out there. And now they get to enjoy an off day before facing UCF on Thursday. So little Eiffel rivalry there in postseason play. UCF is the 4th seed in this tournament. Bulls and Knights split the 6 games that they played during the regular season, guys.
Yeesh, our Rays could have used some of those Bulls runs tonight. Yeah. Boy. All right, thank you, Scott.
Former President Trump is set to go on criminal trial for alleged hush money paid to an adult film star. How it could hamper his presidential campaign. Plus.
And when I talk to her face to face like I'm talking to you, I can see the scars. That one.
In the case, or a coincidence? The woman who claims she is the child at the center of a cold case more than 20 years old.
You're watching the Fox 13 11 o'clock news.
Welcome back. Former President Trump is heading to trial in the criminal case against him. Let's remind you, he's accused of paying Stormy Daniels, the porn star, hush money to keep her quiet about an alleged affair.
So how will this impact his presidential campaign? Fox's Brian Yennis explains.
We have alarming video tonight of a 4-year-old child being smuggled over the southern border fence near San Diego. Look at this. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol released this yesterday. They say the child, and you'll see him dropped over there, stands there at the bottom of the fence for a moment, not knowing what to do, with the smuggler apparently pointing, telling the child where to go. Several other people then climbed over the fence, and the group begins to walk away from the border fence. Patrol agents say that the agents there treated the child for injuries and the child is okay. The incident is under investigation.
A young woman in Texas may have solved her own cold case. A TikTok post appears to show a woman who claims she is the child at the center of a missing persons case from the early 2000s. Diamond Bradley disappeared from Chicago in July of 2001 along with her older sister, Tianda. Diamond was only 3 years old at the time. Tianda was 10. Diamond had a distinct scar that she appears to show in the social media post.
This is Diamond Bradley. Can I see your scar? She still have that scar.
Bradley's aunt has been searching for her for decades. The woman reached out to her and the great aunt arranged for her to meet with the FBI. Investigators took DNA samples and plan to compare it with the girl's biological mother. Agents say it could take a while to process.
Well, Uber drivers could soon be driving your children around. The ride-hailing company is about to start letting teens as young as 13 ride alone. Fox's Charles Watson has the concerns from parents and how Uber says they'll make sure it's safe.
In Dallas, a man is under arrest for stealing a bus and taking it for a joyride. Yeah, this video is wild. Cell phone video shows the stolen bus whipping into reverse in the middle of a residential neighborhood. And there it goes, just speeding down the street. It slammed into a street sign before taking off again. The small bus is used to transport people with mobility issues, and it was stolen from a lot 8 miles away.
That is the information we've got so far, is he actually did hotwire the vehicle. Very rare do we have in a situation where someone actually is able to commandeer a bus.
Well, the bus hit at least 6 parked vehicles. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The suspect faces a felony charge of unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Well, in California, a puppy died after being attacked by a swarm of bees. A neighbor was trying to rid a beehive from his property and was unaware that the young dog was nearby. Fox's Laura Diaz spoke with the puppy's owner and the man who unleashed the swarm.
Well, lots of people will be hitting the beaches this holiday weekend. Unfortunately, recent shark bites have swimmers scanning the waves. Just this month, sharks bit 2 swimmers in the Florida Keys less than 36 hours apart. Another teen girl was bitten in Fort Pierce, and there have been some more recent reports up and down the East Coast. Fox News correspondent Molly Line tells us what experts are saying about it tonight. Yeah, so a fact like that is at least some good news that these shark bites are extremely rare. You know, always good to be aware of your surroundings, but
yeah,
the Gulf, the Atlantic.
We see a lot of these so-called bites or attacks on the east coast of Florida, where surfers are out there, and often it's just, the sharks are always in the water.
Right.
And often it's someone falling off their surfboard and the shark startled and nips at the person.
Like it might be,
you know, it's rarely fatal. Right. So let's, you know, let's still enjoy the beach.
Yes,
don't worry
and
too
I know
much.
lots of people will, especially this weekend. Always a popular time to hit the sand.
Well, you know, they say birds of a feather flock together. Players were flocking, running around this field, but not trying to catch a foul ball, just a foul. The story next.
Bucaneers missed day 1 of OTAs today. Guys like Mike Evans, Levante David in that number. Among those in attendance, however, Chris Godwin, who said he doesn't like to miss any time, especially with a new offense going in and new teammates to get used to. As Kevin O'Donnell tells us, there's a big transformation underway over at $1, and it starts with the quarterbacks.
If someone was clapping for me, I wouldn't leave either.
Just grab it.
Just let the video play until there's no more video. You know, most of us remember the thrill of the last day of school before summer break, right?
It was glorious. So one first grader, though, is very vocal about his.
School's out! It's over, baby! It's over! First grade's in the book! And that's the bottom line! Because Stone Cold said so!
Wow, Stone Cold. A little boy is clearly a big fan of the former wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
He smashed the milk over his head like Stone Cold would do the beers.
Well done, sir. The video was posted on TikTok just a few days ago. It's already racked up more than 3 million views. I bet he's a lot of fun in class.
Oh, I'm about to make it 3,000,001 views.
Yeah,
I gotta see this again.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Look at this kid.
That is the best celebration video I love it.
I hope he's in theater or he's a mascot or something.
He's a WWE wrestler. That's what he's going to be. Another viral video now that's sure to make some of us feel pretty old.
Yeah. A Pennsylvania mother decided to give her 10-year-old daughter a test. She gave her a CD case to open. It was one of those, now that's what I call music compilations. I had, I think, the first, second, and third ones. Great albums.
And there were like 50 of them, weren't
Oh, yeah. I kind of lost track after the third. But this one's, what is that, 21, 12? It's an older one. Well, I guess newer. Anyway, the poor girl had no idea what it was, what she was doing. She couldn't figure out how to open it. A week later, her mom posted a redemption video, and she gave her a hint. She said, think of it like a book. So she finally opened it. Now let's figure out if she can open up a cassette.
Wow, you know, I know
what?
Those were hard to open, but
yeah,
this
especially a new one.
But this took her a week. That's I feel worried about our future now. If this is the new generation.
Maybe it still had the sticker on it, you know, when you got that gut
you had
was
to
really
get
tough.
Something sharp and usually do away with that cellophane, the cellophane, right?
Man.
There's a such thing as child-proof packaging, I guess, right?
I remember back when CDs first came out, and I was like, there's no way this newfangled thing is going to take over cassettes, and
sure enough.
Here we are, kids.
Then we had 3-pound binders full of CDs carrying them around.
I still have mine.
Yeah.
I am not going to give it up. I'm hoping CD players come back to cars.
Don't keep it in your car in Florida, though, or all those plastic pages will be...
They melt.
Yeah. Well, they say a picture can be worth 1,000 words. How one photographer is being recognized for capturing the beauty of love. Next.
A wedding photographer in Minnesota is surpassing expectations. She captured a couple's wedding day with a vibrant and colorful background made possible by Mother Nature. And those newlyweds will relive that moment for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, Fox's Maury Glover shows us the stellar snapshots.
Emotionally, I was like, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to have gotten to take a photo like this.
In her 9 years as professional photographer, Laura Landon has made a specialty of capturing couples whose love is written in the stars. But she is over the moon over her latest stellar snapshot.
I was so excited. Like, when we saw the photos, I was like straight up dancing, like jumping for joy on this like cliffside on the North Shore, because it was so like magical and like unpredictable.
Landon shot Brandon and Kristen Johnson's nuptials in St. Paul last December and planned to shoot another wedding photo under the stars on the North Shore 3 weeks after the ceremony. But after rescheduling a half-dozen times because of the weather, they were surprised to find the Northern Lights were on full display when they arrived on the shores of Lake Superior last Friday.
This is a shot that I wouldn't have expected to get for 20 years. Like, I don't know how I could have ever planned to be in the right place at the right time with the right people and all the right gear to make something like this happen.
After feeling like the universe was against them getting the picture they wanted, the stars aligned, and the Johnsons were able to take a one-of-a-kind wedding photo with Mother Nature providing a spectacular light show as their backdrop.
I'd never seen the Northern Lights in person, so to not only see them, but to have them captured in a moment is so special.
It's just such a beautiful way to capture our love that we have for each other, and you know, just make it even that much more special to have such a beautiful thing that not a lot of people really see.
So see, a lesson there. Next time you have something important and maybe it gets rescheduled or rescheduled again, sometimes there's a reason for it and it works out.
Be a great backdrop waiting on you in the future. We'll be right back.
Alrighty, well, we made it through Tuesday.
Where did the last 59 minutes go?
I don't know.
It's just flown by.
Well spent right here.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep. All right, news keeps going online at fox13news.com and on our Fox 13 News app on your phone.
Good day starts nice and early at 4 a.m. From all of us here at Fox 13, have a great night.